Hello everyone, this is Rajesh Dwivedi, and today I am going to tell you about the Himalayas. Now, first of all, some basic features of Himalaya. Himalaya is well known as the northern mountain wall, and it is situated towards north of our country. As you can see here, this is the north part of the Himalaya, okay, of India, and here it is situated. Now the whole extension is about 2400 kilometer, and it extends from Indus in the west to Brahmaputra in the east. Its width varies from 400 kilometer in the west to about 150 kilometer in the east. The height of this mountain in eastern half is greater than the western half. The division of this eastern and western half is 88 degree east longitude. The region towards the east of 88 degree east longitude is eastern half of the Himalaya, and the region which is towards the west of 88 degree east longitude is the western half of the Himalaya. This is the new formation, and Himalaya is still undergoing the formation. So this is also called the young fold mountain. Now you know very well that this formation of Himalaya took place because the Indian plate, the Indo-Australian plate, that moved towards the north, and it collided with the largest tectonic plate, Eurasian plate, and with this collision the sediments in between these two plates that keeps on rising, and that form the Himalaya. It is because it is fold mountain, so it is of arc shaped. Arc means that is the curved shaped. Now you see that Himalaya, there are three parallel ranges of Himalaya. First, that is called Great Himalaya, second the Lesser Himalaya, and third the Shivalik. Now one by one I am going to explain you. The Greater Himalaya, this is also called as Himadri range. This range remain covered with snow throughout the year, so that's why it is called Himadri. Now this is also known as the Greater Himalaya as well as inner. This is the inner, lies at the inner part of the Himalaya, and it forms the northernmost, you can say that, boundary of the Himalaya. The average height of the Himadri is 6000 meter, and this range have some of the highest peaks like Mount Everest, Mount Kanchenjunga, and others also. Here you will also found the natural gap, which is called the passes. They are the narrow passes. Generally these passes are between the two ranges, okay, and these passes naturally develops because of the fold mountain. Now the world highest Tibet plateau, that lies in the rain shadow area, means the area which not receives the regular rainfall, and it is in the north. A large number of glaciers like Siachen, Beltro, that is also found over here, and they are means from here the rivers, perennial rivers, which carries water throughout the year, they comes out of from here. Now second is the Himachal range. Himachal range is also known as the Lesser or Middle Himalaya, and it runs parallel to the Himadri range, and it is towards the south of the this Himadri range. Now the height of the mountain here, it varies between 3700 meter to 4500 meter, and there are some few peaks which is even more than 5000 meter. Here you will find some very important ranges, and they are Pir Panjal, Dhauladhar, Masuri and Mahabharat range. Now, the whole this Himachal range is mainly covered with thickly covered with evergreen forests, and these mountain ranges, they have the alternating ridges and valleys. Ridges are means the narrow top of the mountain range or the hill, that is that is called the ridges. Now, and there are some important valleys, very naturally rich valleys like Kullu, Kangra, Kashmir and Srinagar, and 90% of the hill stations of India that lies over here. Then comes the next one, that is called the Sivalik range. Sivalik range is also called the lower or the outer range. It is the southernmost range of Himalaya, and the height varies from 900 meter to 1200 meter, and the width varies from 10 to 50 kilometer. Now, this is the most discontinuous range. That means there is the natural gaps in between the ranges, and they descend into flat valleys. Here you will find the lower height and the wide valleys, which is called dunes. Now, the slope of this range is steep, and they are means the southern slope is steep, and the northern slope of the Sivalik, they are gentle. Now, this range is mainly covered with silt and rocks. The river which is coming from here, they bring the huge amount of sediments and they deposit here. So the region is more and more prone to landslides. Now we will see the longitudinal division of Himalaya. There are four major longitudinal division of Himalaya. Now, first, that is the Punjab Himalaya. Now, the length of this Punjab Himalaya is 560 kilometer, and it lies between Indus and Satluj river. As you can see also in the map, and the region which comes in this is Jammu and Kashmir, presently the Union Territory, and Himachal Pradesh. Then we see the Kumayu Himalaya, which covers almost 320 kilometer, and it lies between Satluj and Kali river, also known as Sarda river. The length is 320 kilometer. Then comes the Nepal Himalaya. Now, the Nepal Himalaya is that lies between this Kali or Sarda river and Tista river. This is the longest longitudinal division, and it covers almost 820 kilometer. Whole Nepal lies in this. Then comes towards the east, and that is the Assam Himalaya. Now, this Assam Himalaya, it mostly covers the hilly area of northeastern states, also the Bhutan, and it lies between Tista river or Dihang river, or which is also called Siang river, and the distance is about 720 kilometer. Now, then comes the mountain passes. Mountain passes is a natural gap between two parallel ranges or between two high altitude peaks. Okay. Now, there are some very famous passes over here, like the Khyber Pass. This lies in Safed Ko range, which connects Peshawar and Kabul, that is between Pakistan and Afghanistan. Then comes Sipkila. Sipkila, that lies between Tibet and Himachal Pradesh. Then comes the Nathula, the famous pass, mostly nowadays controversial because of this continuous China invasion. It lies between Sikkim and China. Then comes Jojila Pass, which connects Tibet and Srinagar. Then comes Bomdila, which lies in Arunachal Pradesh and China border. Then comes the Banihal. It is south of Karakoram and makes mountain journey possible. This Banihal Pass takes you to the natural beauty of the Himalaya. And then comes Lipu Lake. A connection forms from Uttar Pradesh to Tibet border. Then comes Trans-Himalayan mountain ranges. Okay, the Trans-Himalayan mountain ranges or the Himalayan region that is located in the north of the Greater Himalaya. Okay, and it consists of many important ranges like Karakoram, Ladakh, Jaskar, and Kailash mountain range. And it is also called the Tibet Himalayan region because most part of this range lies in the Tibet. And here we see the Karakoram range, the world's second highest, also known as backbone of High Asia. And this is one of the important range of this Trans-Himalayan. Then comes Purvanchal Himalaya. Purvanchal Himalaya, that is the eastern Himalaya, it lies in the east and forms eastern boundary of Himalaya mountain. Purvanchal, it extends in a north-south direction and it is separated from the Himalaya by ridges. Now, ridges, as I explained earlier, it's a narrow mountain top. Here you will find the series of low hills and the height varies from 1500 meter to 3000 meter. These mountains are not so high as the Himalaya here means it take curves and that's why sometimes it is also called as highlands of the Himalaya. Now these ranges, it is said that it's lower in height, but it came into existence the time when the formation of Himalaya starts. Now here you will find that the hills together with the Himalaya, this northeastern hills, this completely separate India from the Asian mainland and gives the name that is subcontinent. And some very important hills which is found over here, that is Patkai Boom, Naga, Lusai, Miso, Garo, Khasi, Jaintia. These are some important hills over here. So I think thank you for watching this, and I think now you all of you means actually enjoy this one. So thanks for watching my video.